Were you shocked by the defeat, even though you expected that your party was not doing well, things may go bad?
Not shocked, because you go into an election and you expect to win, but then there are only two outcomes. Either you win or you lose. And so the MPP losing after an 8-year cycle, if you follow the sequence from 92, all parties had governed for 8 years. And so being kicked out after 8 years didn't come as a shock.
Does it mean that the breaking the 8 is not a possibility?
For once, in 2028, we have a president who might not run again. So then the NDC bringing a new face. Can we call it a totally clean slate, so that it is no longer an 8 for the one who was elected in 2024?
So that you can say that Mahama has actually done 8 anyway. So
yeah, basically.
So it's going to start afresh. You believe that?
Yeah, there's a school of thought that it's an entirely new election, and so everybody should put their best foot forward.
But when your party was trumpeting breaking the 8, could it have, okay, so politically it's possible, but economically at the time, and this with hindsight now, and you don't owe anybody an explanation now, the elections are over. When you looked at the room, you read the grounds, did it look possible, viable for you to win based on every economic indicator available at the time?
For an MPP man, you wanted your party to win. But for neutrals, the middle class, those who had been affected by the economic policies of the time, I think, and if you look at the shellacking that the MPP experienced, the numbers, clearly Ghanaians had made their minds and they wanted to go in an entirely new direction.
Yeah, but my question is that as an economist, did you see this coming? Did you think that was
we had worked with interest rates that were very high, inflation around 50%. It affected pretty much everybody. And so it was a breath of fresh air, that's okay, let's try something anew. And then, so I'm not surprised the MPP lost. Even in the States, same thing happened. People brought back Donald Trump because they felt the economy was in tatters and he was a strong man on the economy. So, yeah.
So you're not surprised the MPP lost, but were you surprised by the magnitude of defeat?
Yeah, the margins. Pretty much in every region, our numbers went down. Save one region, all 15 regions, our numbers went down. And it's not as if the NDC did very well. John Mohammed's numbers increased from only 6.2 million to, was it 6.5 million? But we came down from
6.3, I think.
Yeah, we came down. He was at 6 points. We came down. We lost about almost 2 million. 2 million. Yeah. So people are basis. So the middle class, the campuses, the regional capitals. We lost the regional capitals. When I started following politics, we would win places like Cape Coast and Takoradi and Sunyani and Tamale.
You lost all of them.
The campuses, the university campuses, they were our fortresses. We would win Legon and Tech and Koforidua Poly, and yes, we lost it. The middle class.
Did you win Koforidua at least?
Yeah, the margins closed, but yeah, it's part of the Eastern bloc, so yeah.
Interesting. So that went really bad for you, and the debate always is, was it the outgoing government that messed up, or the incoming person, or the person who was trying to...
I think it's on the head of the MPP in its entirety.
The party, the whole vehicle.
The party, the government. So
what would be the role of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the former president?
The government. I've heard people apologize for the actions of the government. Even the former vice president has gone around pleading with Ghanaians that they didn't govern well in the last day. So the government, the party, the campaigns, yeah.
Do you think if people like you were in the kitchen cooking the economy, your party would have done as abysmally as it did based on the performance of the economy?
Let's not reduce it to persons like me. There's a government, there's a cabinet, there's a parliament, leadership over there, a party, They did their best, but the outcome was terrible.
I know I introduced you as a member of the MPP, but I also introduced you as an economist. I want us to look at this thing strictly from an apolitical point of view. What is the state of Ghana's economy now? President Mahama's success, is it something that his government is doing, or it is sheer luck, like someone in your party has said somewhere?
So, look at where we are coming from. The numbers, there's been marked improvement in the economic situation. If you go to any country, let's say if we went to Venezuela right now, or if we want to look at Venezuela, we'll look at their indicators. You don't need to travel there. If we took Greenland as a country, we'll look at the economic indicators. So same would apply to Ghana. If you want to assess the state of the economy right now, you look at the economic indicators.
It's interesting you're choosing Greenland and Venezuela of all examples. I don't know what you're up to, but is Donald Trump sending you to go and check whether they are doing well or not?
So we will look at the economic indicators in Ghana's case. People are fixated on the exchange rate, interest rates, but in truth, the most important economic indicator, number one, is economic growth.
Explain that, please.
Yes. So there are a number of economic indicators. Economic growth, as measured by the GDP, captures economic activity. When the economy is expanding, when it is growing, then businesses are doing well. Then you are creating jobs. So in my Econ 101 class, I will teach that the three most important economic indicators: economic growth, followed by the unemployment rate, then inflation. Those will be in one bracket. Then in the secondary economic indicators will be exchange rate, the stock market index, things like the deficit, trade surplus. That's how we assess every economy in the world.
Does the exchange rate not define economic growth or cause economic growth?
No. You see, if I asked about the exchange rate between Ghana and Japan, you will not know, because we hardly trade with Japan. Mm-hmm. A lot of our trading is done in US dollars, so we know about the dollar rate. Yeah. Even the pound, not so much. If you go to the US, for example, they don't care about the exchange rates because they are not trading so much with some countries, so they don't know the exchange rate between those countries. So when we are talking about one CD is $1 is 10 point something, they don't care about it over there. Do you understand? And I argue that our currency right now is overvalued.
Okay.
Our currency is overvalued.
So it's artificial?
It's not artificial, but there's an optimum that we have to reach. This exchange rate that people are fixated on, it is affecting a lot of exporters. If you speak to Cocoa Board right now, they are really under the strong currency because they get dollars, submit to the Bank of Ghana in exchange for cedis. If the exchange rate went up by another 1 cedi, Cocoa Board is making about 100 million or 120 million cedis. Do you understand?
In losses or in profit?
No, an increase in their income because they are holding on to dollars, which they will submit in exchange for cedis. Yes. And they are paying all their creditors in cedis. So Cocoa Board is not happy about the exchange rate. GRA is not. It is affecting their revenues.
So there's a side effect which is negative.
All exporters are reeling under it. So if you are an importer, you understand, you are happy. Even the gold board, if the currency weakens some more, they will not be incurring the losses. So in assessing an economy, don't go to the exchange rate.
So but when we keep trumpeting